Weird.
Understand what you say. No.
There it is.
Let's hear it.
Well, let's hear it.
Talk to us. Uh-oh.
Beadle and Decker, taking on sports talk like no one else. Michelle Beadle,
I'm just helping. I'm helping America one by one.
Cody Decker.
I 100% believe in revenge. Revenge is a great thing.
Back to the sports.
Back and ready for more.
Every time I tune them out, they pull me back in.
It's Beadle and Decker. Here's Michelle and Cody.
Hello. Yay.
Hello.
Okay.
Maybe.
Okay. Does this work now?
Possibly.
I think maybe. I think it maybe does. Although this is what it sounded like last time for us, so I don't know.
That's right. I hear you.
We
You
got
sound
sound.
great to me. Cheat says we got sound.
That's all we
We
needed.
got a show.
Yep.
Oh
we're
my
good.
God.
We're back, baby.
We're back, baby.
Although it would be funny to do a whole show without sound.
It
It's
would
like
be
watching if you watch like a foreign show or movie, but you don't throw the subtitles up. Just like, I'm going to sit here and I'm going to try to figure it out.
Yeah.
How hard can it be?
It's a silent movie, and everyone loves a silent movie. Which, by the way, speaking of movies, I am really, really excited about my shiggle because I did something last night that I hadn't done in a long time. Although in my head, I thought I had done it every year for the past 20 years, and I realized something. I did something last night, movie-wise, that I haven't done I watched a movie last night that I haven't seen in a few years, and
Okay, a rewatch. Okay.
let's just say that it hit a little differently this go around than it ever has in any time in my life, and I cannot wait to talk to you about it.
Damn. Now I am kind of curious.
Yeah. But here's the thing. We got a lot going on in the sports world, Michelle. There were things that happened yesterday that I didn't get to talk to you about. I instead talked with Tyrone Johnson about, and
Yeah.
we have to reiterate them today because I just need so desperately your takedown and breakdown on a few of these things that have happened around the sports world. But let's open with something a little interesting.
Okay.
I don't know if you have been paying attention to the political landscape of the world.
What is that? I don't do politics, Cody.
Mhm,
I don't like to do politics.
Well, okay. Well, let's not do politics. Let's completely forget about the AG crashing out.
Doesn't affect me. Doesn't affect me. That's my favorite one. Doesn't affect me, bitch.
Well, those of you that have watched this little thing called the Winter Olympics, which is a very unique time in the world, you've noticed that say Vice President J.D. Vance has gotten booed the ever-loving shit out of him and his family pretty much everywhere he's gone.
Yeah, their daughter's gonna have questions one day.
Yeah. And I'm surprised that his wife doesn't just have questions daily, but that's neither here nor there. I did notice that he was asked some questions about the Olympics, and then he went on a nice little diatribe about yada, yada, yada. You're just here to play a sport, not talk about politics. Although I do wonder if one of those players came out and said, yeah, I love everything that ICE is doing. I love how everything's going in the country. I'm pretty sure he'd be masturbating while posting that tweet up immediately. But, what do I know about the little couch fucker?
No, yeah, no. It's 100%. We've already seen that.
Mhm.
The people that say what they want to hear are glorified and welcomed with open arms. Look, I've reached a place of calmness, I think, because they're all wrong.
Yeah.
And this isn't opinion anymore. Like, you want to sit there and first of all, why are you even showing your face, you delulu dipshit? Like, is there a world in where he thought that was going to end differently? I think if I had one question, hold on. It's like, what is your eyeliner? What's the couch feel like? Like, I feel like I have a lot of questions. But let's just say I had one about the Olympic experience for him. I guess my only question would be, like, what did you expect? And I mean that genuinely. Like, do you genuinely feel that somewhere in the world that's not within your weird cult bubble, you are to be received warmly? Do you really, like, truth serum it out? Do you really think that? Because, again, we are very much in a Delulu world, but, like, come on, bro. There's reading the room, there's not reading the room, and then there's whatever that is.
Yes. I have a theory. Would you like to hear what my theory is?
Of course.
He and his whole team knew exactly what was going to happen when they were going. And I would go and venture this step further. They not only knew it, they hoped for it and got exactly what they wanted. Because if there's one thing I've noticed about this particular regime and the people that really support this particular regime, they just love more than anything in the world to be the victim. They're so desperate to be the victim. So now he gets to go on the world stage like, they were mean to me, hoping that everyone back home is like, how dare you do that? That's our vice president. Only we can boo him. You know what? America is now back together. That being said, I think that's what dipshits think. And I do think these are dipshits who probably thought this would be happening.
You know what's crazy is I found myself in the last like 3 or 4 days just commenting to posts, not, people I don't know, like big posts, right?
Yeah.
And I follow Gus Kenworthy, who's pretty well-known Olympian. For those who didn't, I mean, he's been to multiple Olympics. He's also the kid that the last Olympics adopted the dogs and brought them back. I think it was from Sochi. So anyways, Gus Kenworthy's been around for a while. And he's also this time around went viral because he peed fuck ice in the snow.
It was great.
It's art. And anyways, he's been obviously, as one can expect, getting death threats and all kinds of things like that. And he posted like a fun video. And I just find myself commenting on posts like this now. And all I wrote was, hey man, don't worry about it. You're on the right side. Plus, none of the people threatening you have ever owned a passport. So like, they're never gonna get you. They're never gonna get you or find you or, oh, you're snobby. And yes, I am. Oh no, you're goddamn right. I'm snobby. I am an elitist now. You've made me this way. I'm going to be so cunty to everyone who is on the wrong side of history right now, because when it's all said and done, and we're watching it right now. Before I walked in here, I was watching dipshit Bondi down there get roasted, but think she was winning. And they're all going to pay for this. It's the only thing I'm holding on to at this point. It's giving me life, that the idea that they're going to pay for this, like there has to be some ramifications for what is being done.
Oh, yes. And listen, I know this is not specifically about Pam Bondi, and it's more about the Olympics, but it's real clear. I watched a lot of that shit show this morning, and you know what was the most annoying point about it? Wasn't really that it was annoying. It was just like secondhand embarrassment, third-hand embarrassment, fifth-hand embarrassment, any type of hand embarrassment I've ever had.
All the embarrassments.
She really thought she was doing good. And I'm sitting here going like, Jesus Christ, this is Logan Paul talking to Tom Brady levels of fucking delusion that I don't know what to do with anymore. I don't know why everyone thinks they can do things they cannot fucking do. Like, it is baffling to me.
And sometimes I try to check myself. I'm like, am I just being dramatic because I'm living in this moment? Like, this is my journey, this my space in the spectrum of existence. Like, are we being dramatic thinking that this is the world? I don't know. There have been awful times in history for every nation in this world. That's fine. We ourselves have had some pretty shameful goddamn years. But I wonder sometimes, and I hope to live long enough to be way past whatever this is, some sort of clearing of the skies, and be able to look and see how this gets treated for this next generation, like how this gets written about, how they get taught about it, how they get, the same way we all, and depending on where we all went to school, because God knows I went to public school in Texas, and I promise you, they skipped a bunch of shit, or they sugarcoated it just a skosh. But you know what I mean? It's like, how will this era be treated? How will these people that we are watching in real time, defend the monstrous of the monsters, the most evil of the disgusting amongst us? How will they be written about, talked about, learned about? Because I don't know. Because right now, I think, Cody, we're living in it. So it feels like this is never going to end, but that's not how life works, right? Like, it's cyclical and people get beaten, good people win, bad people win, whatever. Something will change eventually, but I hope I live long enough for that. Man, I swear to God, Cancer, you better not show up for at least another 35, 40 years. Okay, here we go. I'd like to live to be 95 minimum. Thank you.
Please. I would like to keep you around that long as well. No, it's baffling, and it's just wild how, and it's not something we haven't talked about before. Picking and choosing when sports are political and when they're not political, even though they've always been political. And if you're sitting here saying, "Well, it's the Olympics, you should just represent your country," no, you do represent your country.
They
You
are.
represent the best of your country, and if we're pretending this is the best of our country, the way our country is behaving towards ourselves, not even against everybody else. Although
Yeah,
we're
it's
not
to us.
exactly treating everyone else all that good either.
No,
It's
it's
just-
literally to us. That's
we're treating
doing.
ourselves the worst, and it's
Damn.
baffling. And make no mistake, Michelle, you put it in the group chat yesterday. That speech from the coach from the
Oh my
U.S. Curling team.
Curling. Yeah.
And he wanted to make sure he really prefaced he says, those I am a lawyer, and what's happening over in Minnesota is unjustworthy. It's unconstitutional. We have a constitution. And yeah, I love the fact that we are using these platforms, because guess what? It's not just a US based platform where we have to listen to a bunch of US people with less than a brain yelling, "Oh, we'll keep your political opinions out of this thing where you're wearing a flag of a country against other flags of countries," as if you don't hear what you're saying. Hearing the vice president say that is just like the most baffling batshit thing just fucking ever.
And yet it's not, right? Like, and yet it's not. And I'll say this for our athletes. I could not possibly be prouder.
Same.
Because they know the minute they open their mouths, the bullshit that's going to come to them, because it's the unemployed, unwashed that have all the time in the world to send death threats. And so they already know. But it's the thing about that is, shut the fuck up. How about this? Shut the fuck up. Because these kids, these adults, these people have been working their entire lives since they were babies towards these dreams. And they have every right to answer these questions as they see fit. It's the very, as we like to brag about to the world, definition of what makes us the greatest country in the world, which I do say with a mocking voice, because I do not believe that to be true. And I have not believed that to be true for quite some time. And if you try to tell me to get out, I won't, because I want this place to change. I grew up here. Technically, it's my country. I don't just leave when shit gets bad. You hope for it to get better, and people fight. The good people fight and win. So the very freedoms that we want to brag about to the rest of the world for centuries and decades and forever, now all of a sudden, that's not true. We've already seen them with the Second Amendment, right? All of a sudden, the Second Amendment is no longer, I guess, going to happen because the wrong people got guns. And so now all of a sudden we have to reconsider how that gets worked out. But they're just saying words, and they're not against America. They're against, and we've all seen the meme, they're against what's happening in their country that they love. You only care about the things you love. They wouldn't care, then they wouldn't say anything. This is our home. This is our nation. When we travel the world, this is what represents us out there. We walk into a room and they say, we're from America. You get weird looks these days. I hate to break it to y'all. And so they're not saying anything wrong. They're saying what they believe. They're against the administration. They're against what's happening. They're not against the country. And they know, by the way, these people know this. Like, I think some of the mouth breathers are just so fucking dumb or brainwashed. Like, I'm not referencing them, right? But the smart ones at the top of this little pyramid of shit,
They know what they're doing.
They know exactly what they're doing. And so, you know what? We're not going to shut up in sports. We're not going to shut up and sing. We're not going to shut up this, that, and the other. No, that's the whole point of this place, man. We're allowed to say, I don't like the president. I hate the president. We're allowed to say that.
Yes.
There are places where you can't. And all of a sudden, what? Now we're checking people's social media histories to see if you can get back in. There are names for governments such as that. And it ain't democracy, and it's not this. So shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
Couldn't agree more. And by the way, and I know I've never represented the United States in just about anything. I would have happily done so, but like, I actually do feel a certain way about this for my experience representing a country. And when I was in the World Baseball Classic multiple times, I represented Israel because I am Jewish. I am a Jewish American, but that makes me able to get citizenship for Israel. But if I was offered,
Which is cool.
which is very cool, but I gotta say, based on these last 2 years, I wouldn't in good conscience fully represent Israel at this exact moment. That being said, it's not because I don't fully respect and love Israeli people. Of course I do, but I don't support what certain governments are doing at certain times. And I'm sorry, you cannot conflate me being Jewish to me representing a country. It's not the same thing. Just like there, me being an American is not predicated on whether or not I support the actions of a specific regime. And it's batshit that people conflate the two, especially in sports.
It's like, well, we went back, like if people desecrate a flag, like Kid Rock does on the reg, that becomes the topic. It's a distraction. That flag is a piece of material. That's it. It is a symbol. Like, this is not difficult. When you have military veterans, I mean veterans as in lifetime servicemen and women who are coming out. And again, they've been doing this. This is not new. They've been saying, this is what I fought for. If I agree or don't agree, that's not the point. Point is, that's the whole reason why fights are made and why this country is supposed to be the greatest in the world. Like, it's mind numbing. I'm just sort of smiling. I'm walking through life with just a dumbass smile on my face because the alternative is rage. And honestly, it's exhausting. Like, I don't know how some of these news folks do it. Man. I don't know how the people who are on the beat that have to cover the president and vice president as like their full-time. I don't know how they do it. I don't know if you just accumulate vices. I don't know, because you're being basically lied to on a constant basis, and nobody's stopping it. And it's crazy to me. So anyways, my point is, athletes, you represent us well. You are what we brag about when we want to brag about this country. You are the hopes and the dreams and the whole point of this place. So never shut up. You're doing it right.
And I agree with you. And I'll echo Michelle's words just there. I couldn't be prouder of these athletes and standing on business and, showing exactly the world what actual Americans really are. And that's what I really dig about that. But let's get away from the harsh realities of all of this, and let's talk about fun things that I really want to get your take on, because I love a brawl, Michelle. Holy shit, what a fight on Monday night. I'm really sad I didn't get to talk about it with you yesterday. What's your breakdown, and were you shocked that Miles Bridges was actually willing to hit a man?
I know, that was shocking to me. By the way, I have to use my phone because I'm currently using a VPN and I forgot how to get out of it. So I wanted to pull up the because I can't access like certain websites I normally be able to, because we got the suspension numbers today. So I thought that was interesting because there were a lot of, including my beautiful co-hosts Lou, Will, and Boogie yesterday, and even Chandler today. Although Chandler guessed a little closer, they thought for sure that Isaiah Stewart was going to get a giant bill, right? Like, they're all going to lose money, but he thought, because he came off the bench and he's got a bit of a past history, that he'd get like 20. People were thinking 20, 25 games. They only have like 30 games left. That would have been a pretty big deal, right? No, here are the suspensions for the brawl. Isaiah Stewart with the most, 7 games. That's nothing. That's not
much.
Miles Bridges, Diabate both get 4, and Jalen Duren gets 2. That's it. That is it. 7. I think he got away with something there, which I ain't mad at it. I'm not mad at it. Honestly, I'm not a pearl clutcher when it comes to these things. Like, how about this? This is going to come off so wrong. I'd rather see a little bit of that than all the hugging, because that, as a fan of sport and as a petty person and somebody who I view as like, if that's the opponent, that's the enemy. There's no huggy going on right now. Like, I don't know. I like a little spice. I like a little passion. I like a little flavor. I'm here. Pistons are fighting for a championship. The Hornets are up and coming. Like, it was, by the way, we had another fight that night too, but nothing compared to
nothing.
This moved so fast around the court that it was actually impressive.
It was. And you know what? I'm actually kind of happy that the suspensions, I agreed with them. I thought the suspensions were going to be quite staggering. However, listen, man, no one got hurt. No fans got involved.
Nope.
And I love a good old-fashioned fucking brawl, man.
I do too.
And there's something about this Detroit Pistons teams that's made me go like, some of these guys got each other's back. This might be like that turning point, even for a team that's already number 1 in the East, going like, dude, this might be something actually legitimate out of Detroit. Because
Oh,
I've
yeah.
been a part of brawls where I was on a team that didn't even like each other, and we walked out of a brawl best friends, ready to take on the world together. It's just one of those weird. I want to also reiterate stupid things that us male athletes often do. But it did get me thinking, Michelle, and I did post this yesterday, but I want your opinion. These are my 3 favorite brawls of all time.
Oh my God. Okay.
And obviously, obviously for me, you're not wrong by thinking I'm going with Malice in the Palace. Of course, that's
it's the most famous.
It's it's something special. But Nolan Ryan beating the shit out of Robin Ventura just gives me all the smiles in the world. And I'd be lying if I said Tim Hardaway absolutely ratting out every Knick player in the 97 playoffs. Always kind of sat really in a interesting spot in my brain.
Okay.
Did you see, Cody, what was announced after our show yesterday about the Nolan Ryan headlock?
No.
The Rangers are doing a Nolan Ryan jersey giveaway with bloodstains where his bloodstains were.
By the way,
A+.
Whoever's in charge of that, okay. Yes, now we're talking.
Brilliant.
That's creative.
Brilliant.
That's some creative good shit right there. Hi, Shane.
How you doing, Shane?
Hello, good afternoon.
Do I have a favorite brawl? Do you have a favorite brawl? Obviously, Malice in the Palace is the one that comes to mind because it's, you know what? There's some good hockey brawls, but unfortunately, those went into the stands. Those are probably not ones we're supposed to pick.
I said mine yesterday was Tim Anderson getting his ass knocked out by Jose Ramirez just because I was kind of tired of Tim Anderson's bullshit at that point. He had so many off-the-field issues. He had so many side pieces that were distracting him from baseball. I love seeing Tim Anderson get his ass knocked out.
That's a good one.
Michelle, it ended the guy's career. Like he went from like Superman All-Star to he didn't know how to play baseball anymore.
Damn, gotta get your shit straight, son. Yeah. And then I think of like Jeff Van Gundy on the receiving end of like a choke. Like there's some weird physical altercations. I think I'm thinking more physical altercation. Malice in the Palace, though. But that got out of control. But that also included fans. It gets a little scary when that happens.
Yes, I agree. But still,
unless it's me.
Unbelievable to watch. Just truly astonishing to watch. Michelle, anything going around the NBA right now that's been catching your eye? We're past the post trade deadline. LeBron complained that no one on his team can play 45 minutes, and then he doesn't show up and play last night.
Well, nobody did. No, I mean, look, it was a back-to-back for them. It is funny though and OKC did the same thing against the Spurs. I'm like, I don't know what y'all are doing. Like we're sitting in the 2 spot. You'd think you'd want to try to knock them down a little bit. You're both, I mean, maybe not OKC so much. They're fine in the driver's seat for sure. But like, if I'm the Lakers, I kind of still want to win these games because they're ahead of you in the standings by a bit. And whatever, who am I? I like it. We'll take the dub 5 in a row. Thank you. Yeah, no, it's interesting now because here we go. We're going right, and tomorrow kicks off sort of the official start of the NBA All-Star Weekend, which means, which is kind of crazy. It's the unofficial start because we do have games tomorrow, and then right into Friday, Saturday, Sunday, which is kind of a quick turnaround. But they also get those 3 days off on the backside. So, no, I'm just kind of. I think the Hornets story continues to be a fun one. Even I mean, they got that loss against Detroit, but they are. That's a weird team to watch right now. No, I'm just enjoying it. The Knicks losing to the Pacers last night is probably, in my mind, the biggest of the stories. I mean, they went into overtime and lost to one of, if not the worst team currently standing wise. That's not cool, Knicks. Not cool at all. But also goes to show Pacers hate the Knicks, man. They go into the Garden and take care of business, and it's funny as hell. Oh, and I didn't realize that. Scott's saying pick Sixers Knicks tonight, which will be interesting because I wonder that's a back-to-back too after an overtime game. I don't know. Interesting. Who's playing? Who's not?
I got to ask though, with the All-Star game coming up and it's being in LA, and of course you got your show that's often on NBA TV. Are you doing anything for the All-Star game? Any festivities? You going to the game? You doing anything?
Absolutely not. Look at that. No, I think we're actually sending Boogie to do like man on the street with other players and stuff, which PS I'm going to be obsessed with watching. I would like to tell a quick story about we had Vernon Maxwell on the show yesterday morning. And yes, we did re-air like we normally do, but it was very, very highly edited. And the reason why it was edited is because Vernon Maxwell is a live wire and a crazy person.
Ooh.
My first question to Vernon Maxwell yesterday was about how the nickname Mad Max came to be. His answer basically was white people be given nicknames to black folks since the slave days, and his mom hated that name Mad Max, and he didn't like it. And I'm like, okay, I apologize for all white people, obviously. And then that went into a story about Utah, which then turned into him talking about Mormons and how is it allowed that they get to have multiple wives, and he'd like to have extra wives so that they could be doing the dishes. No. And by the way, in all of this amazing roller coaster of a ride that we were on, pepper in at least 20 MFers, a bunch of N's, and all the other cuss words, just boom, 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 boom. Lou at one point was like, we're on live television, right?
Jesus Christ.
It was, dare I say, the craziest interview I've been a part of in my life.
Do you have access to the unedited version? Because I would love to see it.
We were promised by our producer that he's going to give it to us, unbeknownst to everyone else. But yeah, no, I don't have it yet, which kind of bums me out because the longer I don't have it, I feel like it's gone forever because it was insane.
That is phenomenal stuff. Phenomenal stuff. Also, we were going to talk about this yesterday, but I had to save this story for you just because it keeps getting crazier and crazier and crazier, Michelle. And obviously, we're going all over the place in just the A block. We talk the Olympics and the political climate. We go straight into the brawl. But I got to ask you, how amazing is this Stefon Diggs Cardi B story? Because as of right now, I can't get enough of it, and I can't make heads or tails what's fact and fiction. I'm now reading that they actually broke up before the Super Bowl, not necessarily at halftime as originally told.
But how long before? Because the party was planned.
Yeah, like a day before, I'm assuming. They unfollowed each other the day of the Super Bowl on Instagram. He had one of his baby mamas in the front row, which apparently caused a big problem. But I also read allegedly there were other women around as well.
Yeah, he apparently had multiples there.
And also she was in the halftime show. Not performing, but was there and seemingly was having a great time.
Dude, she was a part of the entire week. She had a concert at one of the parties. Honestly, I saw her more than I see him in the entire Super Bowl experience. I wonder sometimes, and maybe men can be more equipped to answer this for me, but what is that? Right? The idea of cheating or having, other folks, I'm not asking that. I kind of get it. Men especially are like, you guys are like weird sex predators and I don't know, you're wired to procreate and all that bullshit, whatever. But what is it about a guy like Stefon Diggs who has multiple babies by many, many women and doesn't seem to want to be slowing that practice down anytime soon? But I ask, it's almost like he can't help himself. Is there a weird addiction to some sort of feeling that he's getting? Is there,
he's a selfish sex addict with money.
And okay, but is there an insecurity involved with that? Every time a new woman's with, it's kind of a fascinating. He's not the first or last guy to do it. He's just the current one, but it's you'd think at one point, man, I'm not looking great. I should probably slow this down.
So can I give an answer as far as my perspective goes? Because listen, I was a pro athlete. I was young and arrogant and stupid when I was a pro athlete, especially between the ages of 20 to 26. I was probably 25 specifically. I was probably just the worst, but I didn't have a ton of girlfriends. I had a rotation of girls that I was seeing on a weekly basis. And it was and I kind of look back at that going, why did I do that? And I often throw out the excuse, I was just young and dumb. But I think it was just more or less a weird ego thing. See all these girls that I can have, they all dig me, so I must dig me. I think I was just an insecure kid. And I think every athlete, if you really get to the bare bones of it, every athlete is delusionally very, very, I don't know, egotistical is an understatement. Yeah, the way to survive, this, you've been around enough of them where it's almost like you can't survive unless you have that egotism.
That's sad.
I agree. It's sad. I kind of look back at my behavior when I was 20 to 25 going that had more to do with me and my young, fragile ego than it really did probably anything else. And I'm glad I learned from it.
Because I will say this, having lived as long as I have already, I find that women, and I'm not talking about even a specific age, you can pick an age and I'll tell you that, we're just so much more equipped to just be single. If the alternative is shit, we'll embrace the single. Whereas I find that some men, like, it's like you're addicted or you need someone there. You need to know that somebody in the world needs you, wants you, whatever. And then when you multiply it, I'm like, and when you talk about the money side of it, I'd be loving my money way too much to be just passing it out like that. Like that, I'm already mad about having to fix my own damn car. You imagine you got like 8 people that are bugging you for money now for the rest of your life and counting. Because last time I checked, he's a young man, and y'all can have babies until like you're 90. So good luck with that.
Yeah. So,
by the way, I love Can I say this? I love Cardi B. Like I think she's one hell of an entertaining character, but her man picker is awful. Like it is like I don't know who she ends up with next. I kind of want her to go like, a teacher at a school somewhere, like just somebody not in that world in sports and entertainment. Just I don't know. Try it, Cardi B. Just try it. Like I'm not saying he'll necessarily be different. I'm not even going to guarantee he won't cheat on you, but like just try it.
Yeah.
Just try it.
Yeah. Also, I like what Scott and PA is saying right here. I love being single, but I am an outlier and agree with you. Women are generally way more content being alone. And
we are.
I think on the general statement, I would agree with that.
Yeah, no, I can eat a box of ice cream sandwiches and no one's here to judge me.
Yep. Yes,
perfect
indeed.
life.
So you already saw Shane, so let's just go ahead and get to his quick hitters.
Shaney. That is so redonkulous.
I love it. I love it. It's fantastic.
It does.
Shane,
It has like a nostalgia.
take it away.
All right, so to go off of that last topic on Cardi B and dating, what is easier about dating older? When you're let's give it 35 and above. What's easier dating wise when you're 35 and above?
I'll give it my example on what's actually easier is not the right word because I think there are challenges on both ends. I think like there are some things that are easier and some things that are just so much fucking harder. It's crazy. The thing that is easier, and I have found more people because I do date my age or older. I don't date younger because I agree that women are far more smart than all men. And I'd rather have somebody that has more life experience. And I do mean life experience in like everything. They've had bad relationships. They've had good relationships. I want somebody that understands themselves. And I found older I've gotten, I've met more women that understand themselves and are not trying to find themselves. Thus, it's made the relationship a little bit more meaningful and more talkative and a much more deeper thing.
Okay. You know what? That's kind of it. That is the whole. And by the way, it's so sad because on the men's side, like the people that I date, what I have learned is that it actually doesn't matter what their age is. It's the same dumb shit. It's the same dumb insecurities. You're just, I just went on like 6 or 7 dates with someone who's like 56 years old. And as I mentioned the other day, is actually a fuckboy when it turns out. Like I'm shocked by it. Like I legitimately was like, wow, okay, you are no better. The things they do and say and act and what bothers them and what doesn't, you're like, all right. So yeah, Shane, to answer your question is, I don't give a fuck. Like that is like, and it's been that way for quite some time. You either like me and think I'm adorable and fun. And even on my bad day, just tolerate me. You don't have to love me, just tolerate me, or you don't. And then we move on. And it's just that simple.
That's fair.
It's a good answer.
Yeah.
What about you, Shane? Wait, Shane. I want to hear about you.
I'm not 35 yet.
Oh, son of a bitch.
God damn, that's
I'm
weird.
not 35. I'm looking forward to seeing if it gets easier.
But I'll say this, the dating pool itself, the pool from which we are to choose, it's garbage regardless. Like I will say that. And I think you can ask a 20-year-old girl that, and you can ask me that, and I'm going to tell you it's garbage for us.
Okay.
I don't know about y'all. You'll probably have lower standards.
Yes.
I know. Oh, I know. Well, I told you statistically the other day they came out with women for the first time in history are no longer marrying for financial or stability reasons, which is why most of us aren't marrying at all. So what does that say about y'all? Get your shit together. That's what it says.
Ain't shit.
Work your personalities out.
Go to therapy. Take a medication or two.
Be cool with yourself, man, before you get out there and try to ruin someone's day.
All right. Last night, the CEO of Other Side AI, Matt Schumer, put out a massive, massive think piece on what's coming with AI, basically saying, hey, you should be terrified because in 2022, these programs couldn't tell us what 7 times 8 was. And now they're taking over the majority of major coding jobs in the United States and in the world. Are you afraid of AI?
Man, that's because you notice like every other Super Bowl commercial was AI.
Yes, yeah.
My answer, truthfully, is I don't think I even understand it enough to be scared. Is my honest answer. And even when the commercials came on during the game, I was like, I don't actually get any of this. I don't get what it does. I've been told that it'll be great for us as patients, like with doctors in the future, but that's all I've been told. And even that is just being told to me. I don't actually know that.
So I will answer this question because I have sadly done way too many deep dives on this, and I firmly believe this, and I want to make this abundantly clear. And I've said it on the show, and I've said it again. And also, you know who amazingly gave one of the best response about AI was amazingly Ben Affleck. I strongly suggest everybody else listens to it. I honestly think AI in its current form and how it's being presented to us is a bubble. I don't think it's going away, but I do think it is the bubble the same way that there was a .com bubble, the same way we all fell for NFTs, the same way I still think about crypto. I think it is a semblance of a bubble. That being said, it will be a part of our lives going forward forever. I am not scared of AI in that I think we're going to be in a Terminator or Matrix type of spot. I am, however, terrified of AI because of who's going to be wielding it. None of these things are inherently evil. The people that wield it are. And that's my problem.
I like that.
Remember when we were young and we were talking about the Patriot Act and how dark that was? Well, the Patriot Act is now just running itself. We were talking about it yesterday with the Ring cameras and the Ring video. I mentioned how...
the dog one?
Yeah. I mentioned how the Waymos going around are just basically AI trackers that basically are just... We're being watched at all times. We just are. If you think we aren't, you're lying to yourselves. Everything is data farming. And that's
Wait a minute. Can they see me at night in my bedroom?
Yes.
Dear God. I'll never live this down.
So for me, it's just all data farming, and it's who collects the data that I'm scared of.
That's the good part of being almost done with life is you're like, all right, well, I'm not gonna have to worry about this for so much longer. But like, it's the bad part for the kids. Like if you're 8 years old right now, and when you're like 60, what does any of this look like? Like that's gonna be it's gonna be interesting.
Oh, this is interesting. Gabe the American actually works in AI and has a comment on this. Gabe the American just said, I work in AI every day, and Cody is right. Agendic-free AI, lots of it is absolutely a bubble, and a lot of it doesn't do what it says it does. Yes, I do think a lot of this has to do with finances and people trying to say, like, you need to basically get a value on this thing. So you're trying to go out and say, oh, well, it's going to do all of this, so people will spend money on it. I do think it's the AI and data back-end AI is the scary thing. That's the thing that scares me.
Okay, that's fair. I get that. That's fair. Why are you scared of it, Shane? Hold on, are you scared of it?
Well, I'm scared of it for the same reason that you're scared of it, in that I don't understand it well enough to get a grip. And I don't know if it's too late to like get into what AI does and how it can help me, because I just grew up with Google. And if it takes a little bit extra work to find the answer, then I'm going to do the little bit of extra work because I don't trust it.
Fair.
Damn.
All right, number 3. Chipotle says that it's going to raise its prices after finding out that over 60% of its client base makes over $100,000 a year.
Oh, damn.
Yeah,
Okay.
how about that?
How rude.
Is there still more for Chipotle to go up? I haven't had it in a long time, but I feel like every year they're raising prices past the point of inflation.
You know what? That's a good question. How much is Chipotle now? Anyways?
It's a lot now, Michelle.
It's like $14 for a burrito now.
Yeah,
For a burrito?
It's not what it once was. And you know what? I knew it was going to, because they're owned by McDonald's, right? And you've seen how McDonald's prices have gone up over the last couple of years. McDonald's no longer the cheap fast food anymore. It's like, it's $20 for a McDonald's meal at this point. Same thing with Chipotle. And I used to love me some Chipotle because I used to be able to get myself a double meat burrito bowl for a very reasonable price. And now I just make meal prep at this point. And frankly, it's better than Chipotle.
I mean, I'm looking at the Canadian Chipotle page right now, trying to figure out what the prices are.
$170 and loonies.
I got to figure out the VPN when I'm not watching hockey. I used to eat Chipotle a lot too, especially when I lived in New York. The last time I lived in New York, not just the one before that, like on my own. And I loved it. It's such a quick way to get like a decent, healthy meal protein. I guess my only follow-up question to that would be, there are some details in this, right? Like, okay, sure, maybe most of your clientele makes over $100,000, but geographically, I think that matters because $100,000 in Texas is not the same as $100,000 out here in Los Angeles. Like, that seems almost like you're making a really huge blanket statement, and that's very, very different. So, also, how are they getting that information? I'd like to know.
Yeah, I was going to ask that question.
Are we answering questions at Chipotle now about our income? Like, what is this?
How I'm sure there's some AI
kind of focus group.
Huh.
Yeah, it's got to be a focus group.
Damn, I'm gonna start lying about everything. Okay.
All right, last one. If you were to find yourself in this position, how do you tell a very, very good friend you cannot afford to go to their destination wedding?
Oh, okay.
I've been in that position many, many times. Many times, in fact. How about this? The first 35 years of my life, pretty much, I'd been in that position. I was a minor league baseball player, especially until I got to the big leagues when I was 28 years old. Like, I had no money at all. I couldn't go anyone's wedding. Yeah, you just be honest with them. Tell them, like, listen, dude, it's just the fact. It's not that I don't love you. It's just this is a down time, and you have to understand that. And if they don't understand that, then there's a pretty shit friend, and you shouldn't go to their wedding to begin with.
You know what? That's a good answer. I don't have a lot. I've not been to a million weddings. So I've never had to I've never even been to a destination wedding now that I think about it. But I agree with him. Like, if they're your friend and you're friend enough to be invited to their destination wedding, I feel like, and by the way, if they're that good of a friend, they should also kind of know that perhaps maybe you're struggling right now, and be like, hey, don't feel obligated, and you know what? My other hot take about destination weddings is, fuck you, man. Like, if you're going to have a destination wedding, then pay for everyone to get there, or don't have a destination. I have never understood the appeal of a destination wedding. Like, if I win the lottery, cool, I'm taking everybody. Everyone gets paid to come, and like, you don't have to put no dimes out of your pockets. But I've never understood the imposition of like, here, come to my wedding. You got to buy me a present and spend thousands of dollars just to get there. What?
Also, I've been saving up for a destination wedding in Hawaii, and I'm gonna go.
Damn.
And savings been a bitch, but like, he's from Hawaii.
Oh, okay.
But no one else going to the wedding is still living in Hawaii. So why would you do a destination wedding just because you're from there? And every single person attending the wedding has to travel to the wedding.
That is not a cheap trip either.
No, it's not
at all. Which island?
Honolulu.
Okay.
Oh, like, okay. So that's Oahu. So at least it's the main island. So at least it's
Oahu.
something.
Yeah.
It
doesn't matter. It's still expensive.
It's still expensive. Yeah. Hawaii's a tough one.
Yeah.
I don't get it, man. I don't get it.
Yeah. Also, isn't a destination wedding also a good way, if you're getting married, to keep your wedding kind of small, because you kind of understand a lot of people aren't coming?
I would think so. Remember when Renee Zellweger and Kenny Chesney got married in front of like two other people on an island? That's how you do that. That's how you do a destination wedding.
Yeah. And then they got divorced like an hour later.
That's all right. Who cares?
I'm not mad about it. Good for you. You
they
found out
knocked it
fast.
off the list. The to-do list got wedding done. Check.
They found out way faster than I did. Well done.
They really did.
They really did. Michelle, can I talk to you about baseball for a second?
Ugh. Go ahead.
I promise it'll be short.
Didn't we already talk about the bloody jersey for the Rangers? That counts.
That does count.
Just kidding.
That does count.
Although I do love that story.
But I do want to point out that Major League Baseball spring training, a lot of people are reporting right now, and we already have, I can't believe I'm saying this, 3 very major injuries on day one, all of which require surgery. And here's the thing, Michelle, it's all the same fucking injury.
What is it?
hammock bone. And in case you don't know what that hammock bone is, it's the bone in your hand right here. It's like an appendix. You don't actually need it, but once you break it, it's very painful and you have to get it removed.
Is it one? Because in the hand, like famously have 1,000 bones.
1,000 bones, but
one bone.
It is one specific bone in your hand called the hammock bone, and it's in the middle of your bone. And how it usually happens, and when I was with the Padres, they actually made us stop hitting like this. You'll ever notice that when a hitter is hitting, sometimes their pinky is over the knob, and it's like the knob of their bat is actually placed in the middle of their hands.
Okay,
that's how you break your hammock bone.
Because if feel the bone in there, it's like
it's in there. It's almost like the vibration of the bat can shatter that part of your hand because of the knob in the middle of your hand. So the Padres a few years back made us stop actually doing it. They wouldn't allow anybody to do it. If you've heard and seen the axe handle bat, it's a literal axe handle put on a bat. They use that to prevent it because the way the handle is, it can't actually touch your hammock bone. Listen, I wouldn't say this is a big deal if it weren't for the names involved. Francisco Lindor is starting the year getting hand surgery. Jackson Holiday with the Orioles starting the season getting hand surgery. And for me, the biggest blow, because I did pick this team as my sleeper in the National League, the Arizona Diamondbacks, Corbin Carroll, who was supposed to be the starting center fielder for the World Baseball Classic USA team. This is a big hit for them, by the way, starting the season with getting surgery. So it's an ugly look for Major League Baseball, mainly because it's the most solvable problem preemptively.
It's the calf strain of baseball. Now we're going to see that. Like all of a sudden we're like, where did these all come from? Why is this happening to everybody? Hammock bone. I learned that today. So that's fun for me.
Yeah, very, very, very dumb, but that just happened. But I did want to ask you two more questions about baseball, just two. One of which being this, the Detroit Tigers. Is there an organization you trust less than the Detroit Tigers? And I want to preface it this way. Tarik Skubal, over the last 2 years, has won 2 Cy Young Awards. He has been unbelievable. He hit arbitration with the Tigers. I want to once again say that. He's won 2 Cy Youngs in a row, yet he hit arbitration with the Tigers as opposed to signing a long-term deal or just paying him his worth. They went ahead and made an offer to him. The offer in arbitration is, let's just say, they were very far apart on where they thought Tarik Skubal was worth. Now, keep in mind,
like, are we talking like double, like half?
Michelle,
like what are we? Oh God,
he put in $32 million because the Tigers just signed a pitcher for $32 million a year. That pitcher is not as good as Tarik Skubal, or even close, I should say.
Okay,
but the Tigers thought in arbitration he was worth $19 million.
Oh, that's a big difference. Damn.
That is a $13 million difference, which is probably the largest difference maybe in the history of any arbitration in sports. I got to look that up.
It is. It's number one in the history of arbitration.
Is it really?
It's $13 million difference. I mean, it's insane.
Well, I would pay money to have been a fly on the wall when he and his agent got that number back, or that number, like, just because we've all been, I mean, if you've ever been part of a negotiation, make an offer, you counter, whatever, and then you're kind of hopeful for that window where you don't know yet what they're going to come back with, and you're thinking, ooh, maybe they're going to surprise me. It's going to be good. And you get that number back, and you're like, what? That's
insane.
Crazy.
But here's the thing. Good news for him and what I think baseball and Detroit fans, Tarik Skubal won. He got $32 million and also no shit. This is just the added thing that's just kind of annoying me. And I understand why Tiger fans are excited, because I love nostalgia. I love somebody rejoining their old team. Justin Verlander just signed back with the Detroit Tigers to add to that really pretty impressive pitching staff.
Yep.
But they offered him $14 million. You're telling me a 43-year-old Justin Verlander is worth $5 million less a year than Tarik Skubal, the reigning 2-time Cy Young Award winner?
That's a tough one.
Fucking make it make sense.
No, that's a tough sell. I can't. That one makes no sense to me.
Yeah.
Damn, dude.
I want to root for the Tigers, but they're making it fucking hard.
You know what, though? I've been a part of one of those before, not to give the numbers away, but when I was originally at ESPN and my deal was coming up, and we were like, we kind of knew what the market was at that point, what I could get. And ESPN made their offer, and it was actually less than half of what I ended up getting at NBC. Jesus. And even ESPN was like, sorry, we can't. We get it that you got to leave. And then I ultimately went back. But like, I get that. I've seen that before where you're like, ooh, this is going to be what? That's not what I thought was going to happen. That's
plain and simply batshit. I wish there was something else I could say about it, but that's it. That's all I wanted to take you through with baseball today. We'll get to more as the week goes forward because, again, spring training is upon us. But real quick, before we wrap it up, I really do want to get to Shiggles. So, Michelle, I mentioned at the top of the show, I want to talk about this Shiggle real quick. I watched a movie last night that I haven't watched in a lot of years.
I can't wait for this.
And I'm trying to get back into the groove because baseball time. So I'm decided to watch a couple of baseball movies that I always loved. And I realized something. I've been dating this girl and she had never seen this one particular movie. So I'm like, you know what? I want to show you a little film called Bull Durham.
Oh, it's my favorite. My favorite.
I watched it last night and I want to reiterate it. God, it's such a good fucking movie. It is without question, the greatest performance of Kevin Costner's career. Susan Sarandon is perfect. Tim Robbins is just such a prick earlier on. You can't help but like him at the end of the movie. It's just what a film. However, I realized last night I haven't watched this movie since I was a professional baseball player. I don't think I've watched this in 10 years. And when I say watching this movie and rewatching the tale of Crash Davis specifically, holy shit, Michelle, this hits really just way too close to home. It's so fucking accurate. And I can't stress this enough. Everything that he goes through in that movie, I did the exact same thing. I was doing the Crash Davis job the last 4 seasons of my career. I was bounced around. Every organization basically put me on a team and said, you need to take care of this guy. You need to room with him on the road. You need to do this. And we'll try our very best to sell you to Japan, which was always bullshit. But the moment, every single time I got those guys to where they needed to be and they got called up, that organization would just basically shut me down. Well, we don't really need you anymore. And seeing that scene in Bull Durham yesterday gave me PTSD in a way I wasn't prepared for. And then, of course, the home run, he hits his dinger to end it all. And my career ended on a walk-off home run. He hit 230, 8 career minor league home runs. I hit 215. When I retired, the articles wrote real life Crash Davis retires. Dude, it's an incredibly great movie. And even the outrageous things in that movie that happen in that movie that you were willing suspension of disbelief, there's no way that could happen. Dude, all of that shit happened to me. All the way down to, listen, this happened once. The opening scene at one time said, nobody has ever had sex in the clubhouse. You sure about that? Because I did once.
I mean, why wouldn't people think that's ever happened?
I did once.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
It's just, and you know what?
It's a small, tiny little team. Of course that's going to happen.
But here was the other thing. This was the thing I never noticed until last night in watching the movie. And this is why I hope you go back and watch the movie, Michelle. It was Kevin Costner specifically with his character. When he first gets to the team, it's the early part of the season. He's actually kind of having fun playing baseball and talking to guys and a lot of laughs. But as the movie goes forward, he laughs less and drinks more. And he's just less happy and more miserable as the season goes forward because it's just the realization of what's been done to him and he can't get out of this cycle. When I say that is so accurate, I would go into every season thrilled. And by the end, I was just a broken alcoholic. It's just the most accurate depiction of what that career in life actually is. And for the darkness and the brightness of it, I can't stress enough. It is a perfect baseball movie.
I can't believe you actually said to me, I need to watch it again. I don't think you understand how many times I've watched Bull Durham. So much so, I wrote an essay for my Yale and Princeton applications on basically, it was you're supposed to break down something that's been important to you. But not I wasn't going to do my parents. So I did Bull Durham. I didn't get into either. That's fine.
I can't believe Michelle didn't get into the really good schools.
Don't get me started because my scores and everything, and this idiot down the street from me got in. To this day, I think that was bullshit. But so Bull Durham is one of and will always be my favorite movies of all. I think it's a perfect movie.
It's perfect.
I also think it's the hottest Kevin Costner has ever been. My God.
He's a handsome son of a bitch in that movie.
I would murder families for that man. Just to be his friend. It's a perfect, I do love that movie. You're right though. Everyone in it nails it. It's just so good. I couldn't even imagine others in it. I'm sure if you threw out names and I thought about it for a while, but it's hard to imagine anyone else in that movie. Blah punk. You don't need a blah punk.
You need a curveball. But there's only one actor that I would have loved to have seen in that role. And the reason why is because I think he would have given an incredible performance because he actually lived that life is Kurt Russell. Kurt Russell was a minor league baseball player for a couple of years. And somehow Kurt Russell's never been in a baseball movie. Blows my mind.
It's a great one. By the way, we didn't mention his Super Bowl commercial. That was a highlight for me, seeing his face in a Super Bowl commercial. Because again, I think he's one of the funnier people in Hollywood. I like him a lot.
By the way, Jeets wants to know if I've ever shown you my old YouTube film on Jeff Ears, because for some reason that's getting some play over the last couple of days. That time I convinced Jeff Rancour that,
of course, I know this.
Yeah, for some reason that movie is getting
coming back.
Apparently Jeff Rancour was on Pitching Ninja yesterday and they asked him about it and they posted it and it's getting a lovely resurgence. So thank you.
Fun.
Thank you for the resurgence.
It's like when a song from the 80s gets used in Stranger Things and all of a sudden it's back.
Yeah.
I like that.
I'm
like
Kate
that.
Bush.
Yeah, you kind of are, bruh. I would just, and like Shane, you better be listening because this is very important and it applies to all of us. So I went to my normal hot sculpt class today. And at the end of the class, she's like, I just want to tell you guys that on the 17th of February, we switch years. We kick into the year of the horse, and not just the horse, the year of the fiery horse. Now, I don't know anything about anything, right? I know I'm a Scorpio with a bit of Libra and I'm passionate and awesome. That's all I know about my astrology. That being said, apparently year of the fiery horse, and this is how she kind of ended class. She reads all this to us. We have 6 days to get our shit in order. And I don't care if it's financial, job, whatever it is, because once we kick into February 17th for that whole year, everything that is our life will be intensified. So if you're in a great relationship, you're going to have the best relationship. If you're financially doing well, trust me. By the way, this is supposed to be the part of the class when you're like in Savasana and you're just kind of like, oh my God, my body is so tired. And okay, here we get about 120 degrees in here. And I'm sitting there going, well, goddamn. So everything, all of your like interpersonal relationships, careers, bosses, what have you, all of that will be intensified how it stands starting February 17th.
Tim Scanlon and Octagon, get on your shit.
By the way, this one hit me. I was like, so I immediately went and bought lotto tickets. As I do on the daily. But yeah, so that's a fun one, guys. Like a fun one to think about for the next 6 days.
Fun for whom?
I don't know.
It better be fun for my fucking agent, I'll tell you that.
It's like, we got 6 days to get our shit in order. But yeah, look it up. Year of the Fire Horse.
Wild. Shane, anything for you, my guy?
Yeah, I read something this morning. Have you guys heard of same height parties?
No.
Okay, it's something that a bar in Brooklyn started where it's like speed dating, but everyone's the same height. And you might say, how do they find people of the same height to go to these parties? They don't. When you sign up for the party, you tell them your height ahead of time. And then when you walk in, they give you platform shoes that make you 6'5". So everyone in the bar is 6'5". And it's from the perspective of a girl who's 4'9". So she was living a 6'5" life and got a couple dates with guys who said, on a regular night, I wouldn't approach you. You're just too small. But when they made her 6'5", everyone was into her.
5 is ridiculous too, though.
I know.
Wait a minute. I really thought you were going to say if you're a 6 foot woman, all the men are 6 feet. Like I thought it was going to be like that. Like, oh, okay, cool. That makes sense because everyone lies on the internet, yada, yada. But hold on. So if they pick a normal height, because 6'5" is definitely not a normal height. Let's just say 6'1", 6'2". So then all the women that are not that, like if I go to that party, they're going to give me platforms and I'm going to be 6.
Yes, correct.
But I'm also not short, so I kind of feel like I'm fine.
No, you're fine. I mean,
it was just
we're the ones in trouble because
I was going to say
6 feet.
Well, because then I was thinking, well, if I was a part, because I'm almost 5'8", I don't want to date someone that's almost 5'8". Like, so that's why I'm like, I'm not going to one of those parties. But this is totally different.
Yeah.
Well, like Cody, don't tell you. You're 6 foot with shoes on, right? I'm 6 foot with shoes on.
I'm literally with shoes on. I'm probably right at 6 feet. But truthfully, I tell people the truth, man. I'm 5'11". I never broke the threshold, and you know what? I don't want to be found out for that stupid.
And you're only going to shrink, by the way.
I'm only going to get shorter. So
because I used to legit be 5'8", and I'm 5'7 3/4 now. So
wow,
it's coming. It's coming for all of us.
It ain't.
But yeah, I thought that was interesting. A same height party.
That's
I don't
crazy.
think I'd go. But very cool concept.
I do like it.
Honestly, like if a friend was going, like I would put no effort into going to one. But if a friend literally was like, let's go, and it was that 5-minute period where I'm like, oh, I feel social, it would be kind of fun to see.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, it would.
Well, we've done it again. What do you say we all go ahead and reflect? Michelle, my reflection is sadly a downer because the news just came out and it really upsets me because I have had the luxury of meeting this guy a few times. James Van Der Beek has sadly passed away. Those of you that are Dawson Creek fans, those of you that are like me, a huge fan of Varsity Blues, who literally can perform the entire movie for you as we speak just right now. He was a very underappreciated young actor during those times, and he was once trying to train to do a baseball movie, so I had the luxury of being around his training and hitting with him a bunch. And a few years back, he was doing this Diplo show, and he called me to work on this one baseball thing and choreograph a baseball scene, and I was unable to do it because I was leaving for baseball season. I got my friend to do it, and he was nothing but a very lovely guy towards me and everyone that was around the batting cage. And he leaves behind a very sizable family, and I'm very sorry to see that happen. And rest in peace, James Van Der Beek.
Yeah, he was with 48 that's not it. That is not it. And it was like he announced he was sick and it went really fast. So that is very depressing. Yeah, I saw that news right before we came on here. Shane, I'm going to go real quick because I just want to shout out my friend Sham Sharania. When he announced he was going to play in the Celebrity Game, I said to him, please don't do this. Don't do this. Like nothing good can come of this. Nothing. No. And by the way, I've known Shams for a few years. I worked with him. Just genuinely like a sweet sort of, just he's a crazy person. Like he's on his phone. You all saw it. He's on his phone 20 hours, yada, yada.
All the time.
But then they put out a video the other day. I think his college did. And he's been practicing at the gym. And I will say this, also a direct quote from Lou Will, 6th Man of the Year, Lou Will. His form looks great. So.
Oh, wow.
Exactly. I stand corrected. Now, I've been the only one on the show that's been like, I think he's going to make a fool of himself. Like I'm scared for him. I don't want him to do this. The guys have all had his back, and Shams even reached out to me. I was like, I'm just real scared for you, bro. Like, I love you. I'm just really scared for you because this is going to be tough if you suck. But I think I'm optimistic, and that's I think Friday night. I will literally, because I would never watch the Celebrity Game normally. I am literally watching it for Shams.
You know what?
He's going to be a target too. All the sports night are going to be fucking with him.
I know for sure. And I think Giannis is his coach. I think Giannis is one of his coaches.
Interesting.
Yeah, I know. Which is
interesting. By the way, which reminds me, did any of you guys see? I don't know what event. It must have been like a Fanatics event or whatever the hell was going on. Did you see Cody Rhodes trying to do jump shots?
I did not.
Wrestlers are not athletes. I just want to once again reiterate, it's really bad.
Is it because they're built weird, like muscular wise? Like, is there too much?
He's not that big of a dude. I've been around him. He's smaller than I am.
I don't know. That's embarrassing. If you can't shoot a ball, what are we doing?
It's ugly. Google it. It's fucking ugly.
Shane, what do you got?
Have you guys heard about it? Stop me if you've heard this, but sleep apparently very good for you.
Yeah, I've heard that once.
Okay. I am on this kick right now where I can't fall asleep before 6 a.m.
Oh no.
6 a.m. I'm trying to exercise during the day. I'm trying to work my mind. I'm trying to do these things. I can't fall asleep before 6 a.m. and I am just completely drained
Wait, so then
any
what?
sleep
When are you
tips
sleeping till?
from like 6 to 10?
Yeah, that's not good.
Geez, that ain't it.
No, it's not.
And are you taking
Anything
like
that
melatonin or any? Have you tried all the?
no, I'm not.
You have. You're gonna
I
have.
think I might just have to pull like an all-nighter and
No.
then go to bed at like 9 o'clock the next day and
No,
reset
because
everything.
no, you run the risk of over-tiring yourself and you can't
Mhm.
sleep then either. By the way, I just bought a circadian rhythm light, which I'm going to try tonight and see. Actually, you're supposed to do it in the morning, so I'm going to try it tomorrow. That's something, but I will say this. I don't love like the prescription sleeping pills. I've never had luck with them. They didn't really work.
Same.
But I'll say this, and even melatonin pills don't work for me. But what I have discovered is the melatonin spray that you spray under your tongue has been effective. So, and you don't feel like you're putting like bad drugs in your body. Like you're good. So I would try that for sure.
I'm taking magnesium pills at night, which is helping a little bit. And have you just throwing it out there? Have you tried marijuana?
Yeah, I've tried like
Gummies?
THC drinks. That's what I've been on lately.
That's actually not terrible.
Not
It's not doing that either. Fuck.
No.
Magnesium and melatonin. Those are easy. You can just go get them right now. And I recommend the spray, not the pills.
I feel like I'm going crazy.
That's like
no
that
shit.
is also because those hours between like 2 and 5 or so. I mean, they're just weird because the rest of the world is legit sleeping, and you're just like, why am I still awake?
And your mind goes, at least for me, my mind just goes to town during those hours.
So quiet. No.
Yeah.
Fix that shit.
Yeah, fix that shit big time.
Thanks for your advice.
Of course. And thank you all for joining us today. As always, that is it for our show. Once again, we did it. Very proud of everyone involved. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And make sure you tune in tomorrow at noon. We got Keith Irizarry on tomorrow. That's going to be fun. And of course, on Friday, Jen Piacenti and Michelle. You go ahead and enjoy the rest of your week. Check out Michelle's other show if you haven't checked it out already. It's on FanDuel TV and occasionally NBA TV.
Yeah, we don't know.
It's pretty good when I can find it on NBA TV.
Well, when I see y'all next, we'll have a All-Star weekend, and hopefully, it will be a positive experience for all of us.
God, I hope so. U.S. versus we've been bitching about U.S. versus the world forever. I hope it lives up to something.
I mean, so many injuries, but yeah, it'll be something.
Yeah,
all right.
Well, that's it for us. Everybody, have a great one.
And as always, R.I.P. Estelle Getty.